Hi, I'm Shelley Johnson. I'm really glad you're here. Let's hear some words and give them space to do a work in us. We are already on week 10 of our Embracing Grace series. And today we're going to talk about the great topic of weaknesses. I know, I hear the crowds cheering. Not really, because wouldn't we prefer to act like we don't have weaknesses, that we're strong all the time? And yet our bodies remind us frequently that we are indeed human and we have weaknesses. I mean, we need to sleep every day. We get sick. We make bad choices. We have accidents. We sin. These are all weaknesses that come with being human. Here's what we don't do with that, is let it be our excuse. Well, I'm just human, or that's who I am. And then we excuse the things that we could actually change or grow in. And that's why we need grace. We can't change ourselves. We can't grow in our own strength. We need God's grace. We need Jesus to do that kind of growing. It's why in Hebrews 4, after we know and we learn that we can enter God's presence, that throne room, that throne of grace with confidence, as part of that confidence is realizing, as the writer of Hebrews goes on to say, Jesus understands our weaknesses. He lived in a human body from birth till death. He gets it. He understands. He is creator, and he lived as one who was created. That is a really unique trait of Jesus. And it allows him to have a compassion for us. And it gives us with the hope of having a God who's looking out for us, who doesn't look down on us for our weaknesses. Instead, he has compassion for them, and he offers to be our strength. There is an upside down way of God's kingdom that doesn't always make sense in our human nature and in this world. Paul just points it out so boldly in 2 Corinthians 12 when he says, I'm not going to boast about who I am. I'm actually going to boast about my weaknesses. And that doesn't add up in this world until you factor in Jesus. And to boast in our weaknesses is to invite Jesus into them so that we see his strength and so that his strength shines out to others. And that's why we need grace. Grace enables us to have the humility, to have the willingness to say, yeah, I have weaknesses. And look who my God is. He meets me right there every time. So as we're learning to embrace grace, let's also embrace who we are fully, our strengths and our weaknesses. And then maybe we can boast about the God who meets us in our weaknesses so that he can be strong. Let me know how I can be praying for you.